This trailer dropped directly on my birthday. Happy birthday to me, I guess. And what a bloody train wreck this looks like immediately. How is this a thing? Like, seriously, I feel like I'm in a fever dream. This is the version of the Minecraft movie we're actually getting? This is madness that this is real. In case you didn't know, although let's be honest, you probably do, every other YouTuber attached to Minecraft is also reacting to this right now. Warner Brothers recently dropped a trailer for the Minecraft movie, based on one of the most popular video games of all time, and the latest in the growing trend of live-action video game adaptations that have emerged as of late. And it's been an interesting one. We've actually covered all sorts of live-action video game movies over the years. I mean, way back like 2 or 3 years ago, I was talking about the FNAF movie right alongside talking about the Minecraft movie. And I very much feel like FNAF is the good-ish ending, and Minecraft... ugh, really emphasizing the hell in development hell. And what's it called? Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the title. A Minecraft movie. And that use of A is filling me with dread that we're about to have a whole cinematic universe of these. It's not even the Minecraft movie like you'd, probably assume. Who would have thought that the game about a blocky world where you break things to make different things would get an entire movie adaptation and probably a whole saga if this is being handled by Warner Brothers, the most franchise greedy of them all. But I guess studios will give anything a go these days, huh? Forget Coyote vs. Acme, this is what the children crave. Now, yes, this movie has been absolutely trudging through the trenches to even get put on the big screen. With the original game being created way back in 2011, the movie hasn't actually been that far afterwards since it started. And clearly the demand for it has only grown as the game has done nothing but expand since it started, going from a very simple game with simple mechanics to the absolute juggernaut of capitalism that it is today. It's estimated that the franchise has a yearly revenue of between $300 and $400 million annually, so I suppose it was inevitable that a movie would rear its ugly head somehow. But while the game may be 13 years old, the movie is already 10. It is already having its own anniversary, and we haven't even actually released it this year. Still coming out in 2025. It's gone from director to director over the years, starting with Sean Levy, who would go on to produce the Free Guy movie, and obviously have a great time doing Stranger Things in the meantime. Then it got passed to Rob McElhenney. Seems like they really wanted to get close to Ryan Reynolds, huh? It then went on to a few other people before finally landing into the hands of what it currently is, of Jared Hess, the Oscar-nominated director behind Naughty's comedies Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and this year's Thelma the Unicorn. Still a weird-looking movie, but yeah, alright. Now, as for why there were all sorts of issues behind the Minecraft movie, apparently the writers had some trouble coming up with a story that linked to the world of Minecraft. And gee, I wonder why that is. Still, they've done it now, and the answer they came up with is honestly one of the most simplistic, basic, and honestly tropey ideas they could have come up with. With the actual story of the game, it's pretty open-ended, so you'd think there'd be full potential to do absolutely anything. It's literally a game based around imagination, so you'd hope a writer could use some of that imagination, and there's all sorts of elements they could have gone into. It largely sort of centers around building resources enough to create a portal to a different world in which you fight the massive Ender Dragon. There you go. Basic classic ending credits roll. It's a tried and true story. Sure, collecting objects to fight a final boss, but there's not really any real character to latch onto into the world of Minecraft, other than Steve. Boy, do they do something with that. Because yeah, you want to know what the movie is actually going to be about? This movie is legitimately just Jumanji again. It's even got Jack Black in it. Who will do well, sure, but look at the context of everything else. What you can see from the trailer is it looks like the story is going to revolve around actual real-life people getting beamed into the Minecraft universe after fighting some magical, mysterious Tesseract MacGuffin. They're stuck in the video game. Although I actually don't think it's a video game this time. I think it's just another dimension. It's meant to be more real world. It's not a game. Or it is, because I've heard that Jason Momoa is meant to be holding like an arcade, like an 80s thing. We'll see. Anyway, after being stuck into this magical world, from here we have our ragtag band of well-known actors adventuring through the world, getting on the bad side of a group of pigmen, and I'm assuming escaping back to the real world by the end of the film. Wow. Will there be anything dynamic and interesting and new? No, this is Warner Brothers. What are you asking for? In 2025? No, absolutely not. However, what we do have with a bit more clarity to it is the official synopsis for the film, which goes like this. 4 misfits, Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, who is basically probably going to be the butt of the jokes as an old man that's still trying to be youthful. I guess. I mean, look at him. He looks horrendous. Is that meant to be a realistic wig? Henry, Natalie, and Dawn, who are their own separate family, you got siblings and a legal guardian, find themselves struggling with ordinary problems when they are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into the overworld, which is blue for some reason in this movie, which is not what it is in the games, but alright, sure, nice one adaptation, you're already doing great. Where this overworld is the bizarre, blocky wonderland that we know and mine extensively love, which is almost a sentence that makes sense. To get back home, they'll have to master this world and protect it from evil things like piglins and zombies too, while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected expert crafter, Steve. Together, their adventure will challenge all five to be bold and to reconnect with the qualities that make each of them uniquely creative, even though this movie doesn't seem to have that much creativity actually baked into it. The very skills they need to thrive in the real world. Fishing, probably. And yeah, there's a lot of things you can point out on this story being just weird choices. It seems to be that Steve is going to be your other classic Jumanji trope of someone who's been stuck in there for years doing things, but also I think they might insinuate that he goes back and forth all the time, so if he does that, why is the whole journey going to be about trying to leave in the first place? Like, does he have a load of cubes? Has he just run out? Why did he appear out of nothing? Did he come from the other I don't know, whatever, it's fine, okay. But also, it's even weird how they make the piglins the villains of this story when the iconic visual villains of the Minecraft games are zombies, creepers, and skeletons. It's weird that they've gone straight into ghasts before we've seen a skeleton. I guess it's because they didn't want to show anything at night yet? Oh, but we haven't even touched on the visuals yet. Don't worry, we'll get there. Hello there! Thank you for making it halfway through this video. You know the drill at this point. In case you haven't seen our channel before and you're interested in seeing more, do come along and subscribe if you want to see more trailer reactions as we go along. I'm also now going to be diving back into work now that my birthday's over, so uploads are going to be on the up and up from here on out. So thank you very much if you do choose to join along. And I'll let you get back now to the rest of our Minecraft trailer breakdown reaction thoughts opinion thing. It's a mini episode. And trending. This plot is no stranger to the adaptation world. We recently saw it only 2 years ago in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and it was even the basis for the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's always, we've come to another dimension, we're stuck. But typically, you'd think it's kind of, you know, animated to make it flow a little better. This, legitimately, I could edit together with my old green screen gangs, remember them? And sure, it may look like the actors are having some fun acting around on this goofy little set, but also, is there even a set? It looks to be almost completely green screened. And not a particularly great green screen either. Everything with the actual live action elements of this movie just looks so janky and fake. Why have they done it like this? Like, there's so many technical things you can point out for how awfully this has all been slapped together. How about the fact that there is no dynamic lighting on the actual light on the cast? Everyone is just massively backlit. How about the scene where Jack Black is looking at the family and they both have light sources behind them? There's none of that. We play Minecraft with those specific filters on to make more dynamic shadows work, and it just, everything looks so flat in this green screen that it really does, a lot of people have been saying, it just looks like an SNL sketch. Yeah, I can see that. It's to the point that it looks really, really lazy and awfully, awfully cheap. Having them animate into some sort of animated avatar would be great. It turns them into voice acting roles rather than face roles, and that's probably why they are live action, because some executive assumes, Jason Momoa's face means we'll make more money, not the branding of the most popular video game of all time to follow us instead. But surely at least being able to merge the cinematic styles together would at least help the overall quality of the movie. Even the Playmobil movie got that right, you know? Are we actually saying the Playmobil's better now? Like, is it legitimately a point that I could say the Playmobil movie looks better? But of course, what's meant to be the real highlight, the main gag of the visuals of this movie, is of course the CGI. And I'll be honest, I don't entirely hate it. It's also just one joke though that they're just gonna keep running with. The animals look somewhat accurate to their video game counterpart in its awkward, weird, uncanny valley aesthetic that, let's be honest, Minecraft kind of has. Ha 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 ha, look at that llama. This isn't gonna last 2 hours, but just staring at a still frame of the pink sheep for too long is making me feel like I'm gonna be finding it watching over me tonight. But beyond the overly realistic animal designs, there's also some interesting CGI choices for the backgrounds. Like, how's about the fact that a Minecraft torch has real fire? This is kind of the Lego Movie discussion again, and again, very Warner Brothers, so I guess that makes sense. We love the Lego Movie for its actual representation of every Lego element in everything, and it kind of doesn't doesn't work for Ninjago when it's real water. Now we've got Minecraft torches with real fire when we have real Minecraft torches in real life with the aesthetic. It's like they've specifically tried to make every wrong decision. Maybe Warner Brothers wants this movie cancelled. It's all meant to be a tax write-off anyway. And even with a lot of the other backgrounds, they just kind of look artificially generated. It's all leading me to believe that I could very well just be asleep right now. I'd really like to wake up from this god-awful nightmare of an ending of a movie production. And you know, if the visuals look this bad, it's probably because it's rushed, which means the production team are easily being crunched down over the last few weeks to put this movie together. You know what I mean? Bad CGI is almost always from the higher-ups pushing for time. But at least we get to see our cast. You got Jason Momoa looking like a broken and neglected Barbie because Aquaman hasn't been a big enough sting for his career. We've got Oscar nominee Danielle Brooks, the girl from Wednesday who isn't Wednesday, and a slew of other famous names and faces. But the real questions left are around Jack Black playing Steve. Steve is obviously the unofficial mascot of the series, right behind the creeper enemies, and has made other appearances outside of the Minecraft games in things like Super Meat Boy and Super Smash Bros. He loves his supers, apparently. But also, from what I can gather, and I feel like Minecraft fans will correct me if I'm wrong on this, Steve himself doesn't actually have a story, right? But Jack Black's Steve is touted to be some master builder in this universe, which immediately, of course, takes me back to the Lego Movie again. And remembering that film gives me a slight modicum of hope that this could actually turn out good. But visually, this is not the one. The memes will be immaculate, the CGI jokes will quickly get boring, and then it's just gonna look, I don't know, it looks like a fan film. There are loads of Minecraft YouTube fan films from 10 years ago. They all look better. They incorporate better with live action. It's crazy. With both FNAF and the Minecraft movie at one point being in development hell at the same time, I guess it is thematic that one had the good ending that came out last year and still has a thriving community and a wholesome tone with Matthew Lillard up front and center. Here is the bad ending to development hell, with all of the worst decisions all blended down into the same place. Between the hokey special effects, the uninspired story, and just a general vibe of, oh god, look at this. And I don't think anyone is really liking what this trailer is putting out. It's fine to be silly and kooky. To be fair, Steve is not going to have that crazy of a costume design, but this also just looks like Jack Black in the middle of a movie. He already looks like that, with his beard. And Jason Momoa's costuming is one of the worst I think I've seen. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but what can you really expect when Warner Brothers are given the imaginative creativity to make a Minecraft movie? On that note, though, I'm gonna end things off there. What a wonderful, wonderful birthday present to be given. Nothing like being in the middle of a social scenario, getting a ping on my phone and realizing, what a wonderful announcement to have while I'm very, very busy. But anyway, do let me know your thoughts on where you think the Minecraft movie is gonna go, high or low. We all know. And I shall see you in a little bit.